Crafting with Cass. I'm Cass, and welcome back to Crafting with Cass if you're riding with your girl. So today I'm going to be using some Dollar Tree frames that I purchased, and I'm going to be using them to basically construct into a jewelry box. So I spent probably a little bit too much time wandering the aisles of one of the Dollar Tree locations that I went to. And I decided that the thickness of these frames would be the perfect way to add some stackable layers to actually create a pretty fancy jewelry box that you would otherwise typically prefer to purchase. And so I also got like a couple of hinge pieces from Hobby Lobby, in addition to some, what are these? Wood pile blocks, some wood pile blocks. And so I was trying to debate basically how I was going to add the decoration to the top of the box. So I think I'm going to use these blocks. I'm not 100% set in stone, but as I start playing with it, we'll see how it actually turns out, because everything right now is kind of floating in my head, and based on what I see in my head, I feel like it's going to turn out pretty good. So without any more further hesitation, we can go ahead and start going over the materials that we're going to be using for this particular project. But like always, before we get started, if you're not already subscribed, if you can go ahead and mash that subscribe button as well as that bell notification so that you can stay updated on all of the other projects that I have going, and then we can go ahead and let's get right started with the materials that we will use for this project. So here I'm just detaching the frames and then reassembling them so that you're able to still use the paper that it came with. And then I also took the back off of the frames as well. So here I'm still taking everything apart, as well as I decided to go ahead and take some of the screws out of the frames too. And then I'm just going to kind of put everything on top of each other to see how I'm going to layer everything. I used some marble wrapping paper that I used during Christmas to cover over the cardboard insert for the frame. I used some E6000 glues to glue the wooden blocks on top of the glass frame. Then I painted the top of the wood blocks using some wood stain. So I used some different things around me to prop up the actual jewelry box, as I decided to use some E6000 glue to glue on the hinges. And then I decided to color some extra blocks a different color so that I can place on top of the existing blocks. But then I decided that the colors were doing too much, and then I just decided to go with black. And there you have it, a modern boho rustic jewelry box made out of Dollar Tree frames.